Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of NesoPods, the podcast where young people, dreamers, and doers come together to learn, to share ideas, and tell their stories. To remind us all that agriculture is more than food production, agriculture is innovation, it is purpose, and agriculture is passion, and also it is the pathway to the future. And I am your host, Nelson John, founder of Neso Farms, and I started this platform with one simple goal at heart: to inspire young people like you to see the endless possibilities that lies in the world of agriculture. So whether you are an agricultural student or a young person still trying to figure out how far agriculture can take you, grab a book. Let's learn and grow together. So, guys, it's 2026, and it's here I am wishing you all a happy and prosperous new year. And I sincerely wish you a productive and fulfilling year ahead. So, recently I sat down and reflected on my journey so far in agriculture. I thought deeply about the key areas that have shaped my growth and the lessons that I believe every young person needs if they want to stand out in the future of agriculture. So, today I'll be sharing some of those lessons with you all. Okay. So, today's episode we'll be talking about standing out in agriculture in 2026, things you should do. So, one of the things I've learned so far in my personal journey in agriculture that has helped me is what for sure is that we must first have a mindset shift. The first and foremost important thing is mindset. There is this my personal quote I love very much about the mind, and it says, "The mind of a man is his might." I will take that again. That the mind of a man is his might. What that means literally is that you are as powerful as your mind. It means that you can only go as far as your mind allows you to go. Unfortunately, there are many false beliefs around agriculture, especially in Africa, that agriculture is for poor people, right? And that agriculture is also for old people, or that agriculture is an old fashioned profession. I know someone who is trying to oppose this. Okay, I agree with you that one of the aforementioned beliefs is true. Well, that is the fact that agriculture is an old profession. You see, agriculture is that profession that is as ancient as the world. Agriculture has been for ages and will still be till ages past. But for the other beliefs, they are not true. Okay, I hope you would agree with me now. Let's get deep into it. Many people across the world have built wealth and influence through agriculture. Even in Africa, we have notable individuals who have invested heavily in agriculture and has built sustainable businesses from it. We have people like um, the African business tycoon Aliko Dangote. We have from Nigeria. We have Nassif Sawiris, that is from Egypt, one of the notable individual there. We have Mohammed Mo Dewji, that is from Tanzania. We also have our Abdul Samad Rabiu, popularly known as Bua, from Nigeria here, as well as the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo. These men have built wealth. I mean, when I say wealth, they've built wealth and are able to sustain it through what? It is through agriculture. I bet you to make a search about people who have made wealth through agriculture, and you see a lot of people from countries like Egypt, South Africa, Rwanda, Tanzania, the United States. Of course, there are a lot there. From China, from Netherlands, Australia, and the rest, the list goes on. And you would agree with me that truly there is money in agriculture. We just don't know how to harness it. And with these false beliefs, it limits a lot of people to going into agriculture fully. Now, let's break down the mindset that agriculture is for the old. Today, young people are driving innovations in agriculture, from technology to climate smart solutions. The use of AI, data, and modern systems in agriculture is also a proof that these sectors belong to that this sector of agriculture belongs to thinkers, it belongs to innovators, it belongs to problem solvers, and as well as young people. Because, of course, no other age or age group understands this technology that we have in the world today, like we, the youth. So, if there's anyone that is going to make change, it's definitely the youth. So, and there are a lot of youths that are doing amazing stuffs using technology in agriculture today. So we don't have to limit ourselves that agriculture is for the old. No, young people are driving change that matters in agriculture. So to stand out in 2026, you must first change how you see agriculture. My question to you: how are you currently seeing agriculture? Is it all about hoe and cutlasses? If you are still seeing agriculture as hoe and cutlasses, then you are having a limiting mindset. And I would advise that you have a mindset shift for you to continue or stand out in 2026. Okay, let's think of the mind. I'm still on this mind because this is the foundation of it all that we all know about in agriculture. Just as food is important to the body, cultivating your mind is also important to your success, not only in agriculture, but in every spheres of life. So I am a believer, and there's the word of God that I so much love about the mind, and has really helped me to build a positive mindset. It's from Romans 12, verse 2, and it says that do not be conformed to the world, but be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. Here, what the word of God is trying to tell us explicitly is that there are a lot of limitations, a lot of challenges, and wrong mindsets that can withhold our blessings, that can withhold our progress as a person, as an individual, but that we can overcome by what? Transformation. And this transformation happens by what? Cultivating our minds through what? Reading the Word of God and His promises, and also reading purple and transformational materials and books that can help renew your mind. So, one thing you should devote yourself to building a positive mindset this year should be reading what? Reading books. Reading books. It will expose your experience, to expose your knowledge, and through that you help to build what? Your mind. Build your mindset. So in 2026, intentionally feed your mind with the right information, the right beliefs, and the right vision. And when you do that, you'll be able to stand out. So that is our number one point. Let's move further to the second point or thing that I've learned over the years that can make a person stand out in the profession. Number two is what? The power of volunteerism. the power of volunteerism. Now let's talk about volunteerism. Before I started Neso Farms, I volunteered in several roles with different organizations. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this, that volunteerism gives you experience without heavy consequences. I'm telling you this. It gives you experience and you learn without you having so much consequences that will affect you. Yes, that is what volunteerism gives you. It teaches you how organizations work. It teaches you teamwork. It teaches you leadership and responsibility. It also gives you room to learn, as I said earlier, to fail and also to grow importantly. Yes, that is what volunteerism gives you. One major organization I volunteered with was, as an undergraduate, was Enactors. So it's an international organization that equips students with leadership and entrepreneurship skills. Through Enactors, we worked on projects like converting plastic waste into shoe polish and paint. That experience taught me how team works. It also taught me how goals are being set, how projects are being executed. It shaped how, and that helped me to shape how I structured Neso Farms and how I work with people, even up to today. It it gave me the professionalism that I needed as a person for me to stand out in my career. So it was all about volunteerism. It was all about volunteering for this role that helped me to build that skill that I needed. Um, Let me talk about another volunteerism role that I took up that really helped me. So in 2024, 2023, I think 2024, yes, I decided to build a digital skill. I learned social media management. And what I did was I deliberately offered myself as a volunteer to an agricultural media company based in the United Kingdom. There was no open vacancy. Nobody invited me. No, I did not even. I did not even know anybody there. I simply showed initiative by sending out a mail to the company's official email. That volunteer role exposed me to international agriculture and how global agriculture institutions operate. Eventually, um, my dedication was recognized. I was offered a paid role. I got in as a working staff. That was in 2025. I think middle of 2025. I offered to volunteer throughout 2024. So you can see a volunteer role of about a year. Then in 2025, I got in as a working staff. Now, my point is, if I never reached out, if I never offered myself, I wouldn't have gotten that job position today. So you see, is the power of volunteerism. When I volunteered, it gave me the opportunity to learn, to build up on my skill. And through that, I also got in as a um, working staff. So you see the power of volunteerism. It can pave way for you to gain your first job role, to gain your first experience and all of that. And that is the power of volunteerism. Volunteerism, I say, is not free labor, it is strategic learning. So in 2026, be open to learn through volunteerism. Offer yourself. Don't feel like, okay, they are going to extort me, they are going to um I'm going to be working for this company, I'm going to be working for this industry and they don't pay me. No, that is not the point. You gain experience through that. And if you are able to stand out, show how important you are, you can get in as a paid role there in that company. So be at a lookout for maybe farms, for maybe industries, for companies that you can volunteer with. Send out mails, send out message, DMs, and the rest. And I believe when you do it and you are intentional about it and strategic about it, you'll be able to gain something important from it. So, moving on to the third point. So, the first one we talked about what mindset shift, and the second point is what the power of volunteerism. Now, the third one is capacity building through learning. Another thing that really helped me stand out is capacity building. You see, you are limited by yourself. You can go as far as what we talked about the mind, right? And it's also a way of cultivating your mindset through capacity building. I hear people say that their limitations is information and learning. Like, who says that? See, the truth is that in the digital world we are today, lack of knowledge is no longer a valid excuse. There are countless free and affordable courses in agriculture, agribusiness, climate, and technology in whatsoever it is that you want to learn. Is it that you want to develop a skill? Is it that you want to build your get knowledge in a particular field? There are a lot of free institutions and organizations that offer some of these courses. And also, YouTube is there. It's a free university. Whatever it is you want to learn, there is a video on it on YouTube. You just have to sit down, settle down, make a research, and you'll be able to get something meaningful. So in 2024, I made a personal commitment to learning. I decided to take at least two courses every month, both online and offline. And what I did uniquely was that I shared my learning journey openly on my social media pages. Uh, I I posted the certificates, the insights I got from those courses, and the lessons I also learned from those courses on my social media pages. But something happened. Some people laughed and even gave me a name that I became Mr. Certificate, because the certificates were actually becoming so much, and they now gave me that name, Mr. Certificate. But it was a funny one, but I accepted it because I knew what I wanted. I was trying to build a capacity, not even the certificate per se. And of course, not to be boastful, but today I have acquired over 50 certifications. Please don't see it as pride, it's very small. I have a lot of people that have even, I have someone that have acquired about 100 certifications, both online and offline. It should even be more than that now, because he's someone that is dedicated into capacity building through learning. So it is when putting out for applications, it is what I write there that helped me stand out. I can tell you there was one application I was trying to put out. I think it was late 2025, and I talked about the certificate, my stories around certificate acquired through in agribusiness, in climate change, in leadership, in entrepreneurship. And I showed evidence of it, of the 50 over 50 certifications that I've acquired, with a link attached to the application. So, and early this January, I got into the position for that application I put out. So those things, people view it, reviewers, they see that okay, this person is someone that is dedicated to learning, and it will give you an edge in whatever you are doing. So when someone is taking certifications, building knowledge, gaining capacity, you don't just see it as a mere something, or something that doesn't really add up. It adds up a lot. It adds up. It has really helped me in a lot of applications, and I believe when you do it in 2026, Try to dedicate yourself to learning, build skill, build competence, and build confidence through capacity building, and you'll be able to stand out. So we've been able to establish 3 points. Let me move to the fourth one. So guys, this one is something that really changed my career pathway and how far I've been able to come in agriculture. And I believe that when you take this seriously, you will also be able to stand out. So it's what? The number 4 point is start small. Start small. It's just 2 words, but it is powerful. Many people are waiting for capital, they are waiting for land, they are waiting for that perfect condition before they start. You see, the truth is that there's no perfect time. The only perfect time you have to start whatever it is you have, is it that idea you have about agriculture, is it that problem you want to solve in agriculture, you just have to do something now. Just start with a step. Nobody supports what has not started. When you start and you see people supporting you, people see people trying to tell you, how can we help you? Seriously, I've experienced this, and I believe it will be the same for every other person, because nobody supports mediocrity, right? They support people that are dedicated, people that are willing to succeed. Okay, now let me share a quote I love so much. It is dear to my heart. It is a Latin quote. It says, Omnium rerum principa pava sunt. Let me take it again. Omnium rerum principa pava sunt. Okay, you are wondering, what is that now? Nelson, can you transcribe it for us? Okay. The translation is what? In English, it says, the beginning of all things is small. I'll take it again. It says that the meaning in English is that the beginning of all things is small. When I started farming, I didn't start with hectares of land. I started with a very small space. It was not even up to a plot where I grew cabbage. I started first with cabbage, and it came out very well. That small beginning became the foundation of everything I am doing today. It gave me the connections to resources that helped me build and scale up my work. If what you have seems small, start with it. If you can't start alone, learn to collaborate with others by joining funds and resources. But don't wait endlessly. Small beginnings create momentum for greater works. So start small. A mighty tree only became a mighty tree by time, but it started with what? A tiny seed. So don't trivialize your humble beginnings. Don't trivialize um, the starting of your work, no matter how small it is. Run with it. So we've been able to establish 4 points, right? First one, we say you must have a mindset shift. We talked about the power of volunteerism. That is the second point now. And also third point, which is building capacity through learning. And then the fourth point is what? Start small. So the fifth point, guys, is what? Ask questions and do research. Another thing that will help you stand out is asking questions. Whatever you want to do in agriculture, someone has done something similar before, right? So ask questions, do research, learn from people's mistake. Learn from people's mistake. I shared some of my mistake in my previous episode. Yes. If you haven't listened to it, I advise you to go and listen to it. And if you have listened to it before, before you start farming or you start doing anything in agriculture, just go and listen to it again. You trust me, you learn something from it, because there are some of the things I wish I knew. Yeah, that is the name of the episode. Things I wish I knew before I started farming. So you can scroll down. It won't be far from this episode, so you can go through it and learn from it, guys. There is a saying in my local language, and the meaning is a traveler who asks questions never gets lost. A traveler who asks questions never gets lost. I won't say it in my language so I don't disgrace my village people, but you get the point, right? Okay, so you see, pride slows learning, but asking intelligent questions speed up your growth. So in 2026, don't forget to ask questions. People are willing to help you more than you can think of. So ask questions, enter people DMs politely and professionally. Do that, and you see that you get help, you get answers to your um, pressing questions. Okay, so that is five things, right? First, we talk about mindset shift, power of volunteerism, how important it is to build capacity through learning, then how important it is to start small. And then we have the fifth point is what? Asking intelligent questions. But guys, I know I wanted to give 5 points, but sincerely, I would be doing you bad if I don't tell you this last one. This last one. So it's going to be 6 points, right? Six things to do to stand out in 2026 in the profession of agriculture. So it's what? Take social media pages seriously. Take your social media pages seriously. Your social media pages like Facebook, even TikTok, Instagram, and especially LinkedIn. You see, LinkedIn is a professional space where you get to meet various captains of industry, where you get to connect with various organizations and institutions. In today's world, your social media page is your digital badge. I will take that again. In today's world, your social media pages are your what? Digital badge. It shows your credibility, it shows your interest, and it also tell about your growth over the years. Share your learning, document your journey, speak intelligently about the field you want or the particular aspect you want to influence, maybe in agriculture or whichever work it is you are doing. You don't need to be perfect in that area. You don't need, you just need to be what? You don't need to be perfect in that particular area, but at least offer value, show something. You just need to be what? Consistent. I have made a lot of applications where they ask for social media pages, especially LinkedIn. What do you think they are using it for? You may say for fancy, but no, they are used to know. They require your social media pages for them to what? Know more about you and see maybe the things you are doing, if it is true. Because when you post some of your work, it is an evidence for people to see. So when someone scrolls through your social media page, they see your work you are doing in agriculture. They see a particular training you've taken in agriculture or whatever field you are influencing. It gives you credibility, right? And when reviewers see something like that, they'll be able to say, yes, this person can really stand in for this role or is a good fit for the position we are looking for. So your social media pages are your new CV. Learn to build them intentionally. In 2026, don't be go about posting anyhow reels, go about posting anyhow comment or whatever. Be intentional. What it is that you want to influence. Are you building capacity through taking on online courses and um, offline courses? Post your certificates there. Talk about a particular issue in agriculture, and you see, when you intentionally build your social media pages, it will be able to help you stand out in applications in agriculture as well. So our final recap: to stand out in agriculture in 2026, the first thing is what? Change your mindset. That is the foundation. Volunteer strategically. Third thing, we talked about building your capacity. Then start small, ask intelligent questions, be visible through your social media pages. This year, challenge yourself to unlearn one limiting belief, learn one new skill, and also start one small project. That's how growth begins. So, thank you all for listening. This episode valuable. Do well to engage, share with someone, follow us on Spotify at NesoPods, and also on YouTube at NesoFarms1. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep showing up. Thank you very much for listening.